Welcome to another episode of Candid Convos. Today's guest is Curtis Michael Davey. Curtis is the partnerships manager for NiceJob, a reputation marketing company that powers customer-driven growth for businesses. Curtis works with technology and marketing partners in his homeland of Canada, the US, and across the world. He's also worked as a photographer in Afghanistan, visual effects on major motion pictures like Inception, and co-founded a musical, collaboration event series that brought together well-known bands and strangers to record a music video. Carrying his family motto, "There are no strangers in this world, only new friends." Wherever you are, give it up for Curtis. Curtis, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you, Joe. It's a pleasure to speak with you today.
The pleasure is all mine, but let's say it's mutual for now. So, Curtis, you work in a very specific field. Can you explain what reputation marketing is?
Absolutely, yeah. And reputation marketing, I like to highlight because most companies, most software platforms in our space build themselves as reputation management companies. And that absolutely applies to us as well. We've taken a different approach since the company was founded in 2017. We are really trying to own the category of reputation marketing and, more importantly, customer-driven growth, because reputation management, when we created the company, we found to be a little bit outdated. It's a little bit, passive in terms of what you're doing with your reputation. And as we all know, in today's modern era, in the era of internet shopping and word of mouth referrals being the most powerful, reviews are essential to any business's growth. And that applies to small businesses as it applies to massive corporations. If you can grow your reputation, and more importantly, if you can market your reputation as an outstanding service provider, as a wonderful company providing excellent products, you are going to grow in your marketplace and you are going to gain more customers. So our focus has always been reputation marketing, which of course is helping you to get great reviews from your customers, but then more importantly, leveraging those reviews to attract more leads, more sales, more business. Our motto and the idea behind the category of customer-driven growth is that every single customer is able to bring you one more customer because you're providing great service to them, and they are of course going to share them with your friends, their family, their network, and they're going to help you attract more business because you do great work.
Okay. So this might be an oversimplification, but it's like from word of mouth gone virtual.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
Now,
absolutely.
Making honor to your family motto there, we met during ClioCon, and since then we sparked up a conversation to work together. Now, you have a keen eye for online services, and this is like gone virtual. The whole idea of this is gone virtual.
Yep.
What is your position or your thinking on what virtual assistants are and can bring to the table?
We work with a lot of companies that use virtual assistants, from service companies that are, plumbers and home service companies to companies that are looking for more support in the office. No matter what kind of company you work with or no matter what kind of company you are, you're always looking for more help. And as we know in today's competitive marketplace for talent and for workers, you're not always able to find the workers that you need in the place that you do business, whether that be in your local town, in your country, what have you. I feel like talent and people who are able to do great work are in such high demand right now that oftentimes you can't fill the roles you're looking for. For our company, for example, we often struggle to find roles or qualified people to fill the roles, whether that be something specific to marketing or whether that be specific to administration. There's always a role in your company that you're looking to hire and that you struggle to find locally or quickly even. So I find virtual assistance companies like yours, like many others that we work with, they are in high demand because they provide talents to people wherever they need it, whenever they need it. And that applies to a NiceJob as much as it applies to all of the companies that we service. So we always love to work with companies that provide great people, that provide great service, and that can fill in that desperate need for talent whenever that's needed.
Yeah, I have heard that before from our co-founders as well, like the struggle to find good people and then to empower them and then to train them. When you bring in talented people to your team, they can help you build your business. They can help you grow your business. Just having an extra set of hands, an extra talented brain working with you, it's just a major asset. I don't know if you think the same, but I believe that you do.
Absolutely. And with the era of remote work and virtual workplaces, it's never been easier to attract talent and to find talent in places other than your place of business. For example, NiceJob and our parent company Paystone, we have employees across North America and even the world. We have several several employees who have actually moved to Costa Rica because they wanted a better balance of work and life, and they just wanted a new change of scenery. But they're still able to get their job done, and they're still able to provide their amazing talents to our company from a different time zone, from a different country.
Now, you just said this, well, I'm paraphrasing, but the world has gone very virtual. And like you just stated, there's a lot of growth potential for every type of businesses when it comes to having people from all over the world. And just going virtual makes it easier. Do you think this is a possibility for like different size company, from small, medium to even large companies, to bring in this type of services?
Absolutely. We see it in our customers. We work with a lot of customers who have employees across the world in various time zones, in various countries, and they're always proving, and over again, they're proving that this talent, this situation, this new format of work is as productive or even more productive than the previous example of always having people come into your office 9 to 5. So we know that it works because we see it work every single day.
Now, for me, this is a very funny, not funny, but very shocking contrast, because there's like a source of employment being developed and growing right now. And at the same time, at least in the US, you have the labor shortage. So it's a very weird thing that those two scenarios are clashing in right now. Do you have an opinion on that?
I mean, the pandemic has obviously thrown things for a loop. We're in a whole new paradigm now with, the concerns of companies having so many people clustered together in offices, the concerns of companies, moving to a remote situation. NiceJob is always a remote first company or a people first company. So we've been remote friendly since day one, and that's proven to be super successful in us attracting talent for one. But I don't think there's any conflict there, except if your industry or perhaps your company wasn't as established to accept or to manage talent and operations in that way. But as we've seen in the pandemic, it's forced a lot of companies to do it. There's certainly been some friction and some growing pains there. But I think we found that now this is the new normal. This is the new paradigm. And should any situation arise like this again, where we're forced to work from home, where we're forced to reconsider our options as employers, as employees, I think there'll be a lot easier of an adoption and a lot less friction should this ever happen again. So I recommend all companies to start thinking about how they can virtualize their operations, how they can start to open up their certain roles or certain aspects of their operations to remote employees, to remote companies, to third-party companies such as ourselves, to help take some of that burden off the team and the resources they need internally to manage that.
Actually, that's the reason why we state that you should start delegating your way to freedom. We know that when you put a workload on someone else's hand, you free yourself up to do even like major projects. Now, just a little bit closer to house, is there a form of delegation involved in your business? Just as an example.
Oh, I mean, NiceJob was built on delegation. The platform itself, the reason we created a software company was to take the task of asking reviews from your customers away from your technicians, away from you as a business owner or your administration, your office manager, whoever it might be. And we've automated that task for you. So that's a perfect example. If you want another example, I'll have to think of one in a minute. But essentially, yeah, I mean, software alone, and we're seeing the growth of software as a service companies and the explosion of software for every single little niche of operations in every single industry that exists. There is an opportunity for you to delegate that. And of course, software alone can do a lot of the work, but you usually need somebody to manage that software, to operate that software, know how to really leverage it to your maximum effectiveness. And that's where, people like Get Staffed Up can come into play. They can manage their operations remotely through software that they've been able to enable, new systems that they've been able to implement. And it's a great example of how NiceJob was founded and why NiceJob is so successful, because we've taken that task of review requesting, recommendation requesting, we've been able to automate it so that it's easy for the customer to leave that review. It's easy for the business to share that review, and it facilitates, impressive growth across all the small businesses that we support to attract new business.
Now, I'd like to mention something that now that you also said growth, is that I've seen it on a very different level. I've seen it on the way that virtual assistants and working virtually, and not even virtual assistants, even in-house also operates. That whenever somebody's working with you, there's going to be a specific, somebody new, you onboard somebody that's brand new to your company. There's going to be a level of dependency when they start because they have no idea what they're doing yet. And this also applies virtually. But after that, they become a little bit independent. So like you can let them go a little bit. They can make mistakes. They can own up to their mistakes. And after that, you become interdependent with the people and even the systems that you put in place to work. Because if you don't have them, then you don't get the same result. That's why that's the whole idea of making a business grow. You need to build interdependent relationships with the people that you bring in. Otherwise, you're just micromanaging everything and it's not going to flow. The workflow is going to be just too much to handle for one person. That's why a delegation like process needs to be put into place. At least that from my perspective.
Absolutely, yeah. We see that whenever work is done in silos, that is closed off from the rest of operations, unless it's a very specific scenario for a very specific project, most likely internally it's likely going to fail because the world is interconnected in a way like never before, and teams are interconnected in ways that never before. And yes, that involves some growing pains in terms of establishing those processes. But once those are in place, and like you said, people are given the opportunity to work independently, to make some mistakes, to learn from those mistakes, it really creates a framework for a company to learn from itself. And the only way they're going to grow is to learn from mistakes, to make mistakes, and to continually learn as a company in terms of how you can improve those operations and those processes.
Curtis, I very much enjoyed spending a few minutes with you, a couple of minutes, but getting to know you better and getting to know one of our affiliate members better. But before we log off, please let people know where they can find you and what you can do for them.
Absolutely. So for any small business looking to grow, I suggest there's no better way, there's no easier way than focusing on your reputation. NiceJob has tools in place that help you not only automatically solicit reviews from your existing customers, but also have those existing customers recommend you to another customer, either through social media or directly through email. And that's the idea of customer-driven growth that we're really trying to implement across industries. So come check us out. Our website is nicejob.com or getnicejob.com. We have a 14-day free trial that any business can take advantage of. We have solutions that work for a single person owner operator business all the way up to enterprise level. We also have a convert website product, which is exactly designed to do exactly what it's called, which is convert website traffic from traffic to leads and sales. So if you're looking for any one of those solutions, come and check us out. We'd be happy to help you.
Well, guys, you heard from him. If you want to look for him, you know where to find him. So unfortunately, that's it for today. I hope we get another meeting to discuss a little bit further. There was a very good conversation, but thank you for your time, Curtis, and catch you on the next episode of Candid Convos.
Thank you, Joe. Looking forward to it.